All right, it's about 6-ish in the morning, and we're at Changi Airport going to Gate 50. We are headed to Bangkok, Thailand. I'm going to be taking Sony A6000 with the 16 to 70 f4 Zeiss. I really don't want to take the kit lens because it's a piece of garbage. I'd rather have some decent pictures. The 55 to 210 and the 51.8. Now, with the exception of the Zeiss, the rest of them are pretty cheap lenses, but I think I'll still be able to get some good use out of them. If you're just kind of doing a one-man band type thing, it's okay to just have cheap equipment. Okay, so we're on the plane right now. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, headed over to Bangkok. I'm going to show you the equipment that I took. There's not a whole lot, but it's just something for travel purposes. So let's take a look. Here's the Sony A6000, and it has the 16 to 70 Zeiss hooked up to it. Now again, the reason why I didn't take the kit lens is because the kit lens it's garbage, and you need to take at least decent pictures. So we got this, the 16 to 70 Zeiss. I have the GoPro Hero 5 Black that we can use for kind of action shots. In here is the 50mm 1.8. I have about 4 extra batteries just in case. And then here is the 55 to 210, the APS-C, the zoom lens. I think I have one spare. I'm not going to be doing a lot of video, just mostly pictures. Okay, so we just finished some shots up here at some train station that goes through like a little market. The problem is at this point it's totally a tourist trap. Is there any light? Yeah, the problem is at this point it's totally a tourist trap. And we're heading to the van right now. Now, I'm with a Chinese tour group, and I'll explain it a little bit later on, like kind of what goes on with this whole thing. Yeah, okay, so we're back in the van right now. Hope we can get some light on me. Hey. Now, the thing is with these Chinese tour groups, it's very like, we're gonna get you there, you're gonna see what you're gonna see, and then you got about 15 minutes to do what you gotta do, and then you get back, and then it's on to the next place. So it's really hard to sit around and really look around and just kind of mess around, because you're constantly being ferried back and forth, back and forth. The ride itself was pretty long. The ride was at least an hour, had to have been. It's crazy, and the traffic wasn't that bad. So I guess we're going to what next? Just give me the thumbs down. We're going to a wet kind of market next. All right, round 2. Alright, so we're in the boats right now, heading down this little waterway. I'm going to see if I can get a nice wide angle, low angle shot as close to the water as I can get it without getting it wet. So let's see what I can get. Not a scratch on it. We are at day 2, and what I decided to do is I decided to ditch this backpack, and we're going to keep pretty much everything we need in here. So I called a lot of things. I'm not gonna bring the telephoto lens and the prime lens. I'm just keeping the 16-70. We are gonna need some lighting for some specific shots. So I have right here the Phottix Odin 2 trigger and the Mitros Plus flash. Then I have this little adapter right here for it, for a little bit of softening, the bounce adapter. I'm just gonna have a couple of the phones. That way I can get some like B-roll video and just miscellaneous other random shots. But so far it's going pretty good. The only thing about the camera is that I have had a couple of unable to magnify warnings that was solved with a simple restart, shut down, turn it back on. So it's all good. But it held up pretty well to all the rain and all that. So we'll see what it's looking like today. Alright, so we're right outside N9, which is the exit to get out to the Grand Palace. And I went to go change into these fabulous things right here. And when I came back out, the girls mysteriously disappeared. And it's especially essential because they have my camera. Without the camera, I'll be stuck using the phone, and it's not going to be a nice experience at all. Okay, we're inside the palace, the Grand Palace, and you can see all the cool stuff that we have around here. All right, so right now it's really hot. We're outside the Grand Palace. So far the camera is holding up pretty good. The only problems I'm having is I'm getting an error that says unable to magnify. The camera is getting a little bit hot, but it's actually not that bad. It's fine. So far it's been working okay, with the exception of the unable to magnify error. So in order to fix that, I've had to shut it off, turn it back on, and then there it's okay. But other than that, it's been holding up to this pretty extreme heat. Right now we're all stuck in the shade, as you can tell, because just right across this line right here, it's way too hot. This combo has been my go-to for this whole trip so far. So I decided actually just to stick with this specific one, and it's been great for pretty much all of my needs. Also, a couple of other things to note too as well on this. For the most part, I've just been taking pictures straight away with aperture priority mode, and just letting the camera take care of that. And metering on myself, I'll just use exposure compensation, throw it down if I need to, whatever. But for the most part, I'm happy with the way it's been metering. Every once in a while, I'll take out the Mitros and the Phottix, and we'll do some high-speed sync work, which actually, it'd be great to do it today, and there's a lot of areas I really want to do it, but the problem is it's just too damn hot. But so far, the A6000 and the 1670 f4 have been holding up pretty admirably. We got some great shots, got some nice sharp shots, and again, I can put this into more adverse circumstances than I would be willing to do with the A6500, which is also important. Plus, this camera is very cheap now. You can get it, you can pick it up for dirt cheap. It's showing its strength as an excellent travel camera. One of the things, though, that I wish we had was the electronic shutter system. This one doesn't have that. That's the 6300 would start that. Because this doesn't have that, I can't be as quiet and sneaky as I would like to normally. And you know, when the shutter hits, it's loud and people know, but I still do my best to get the shots that I can get. So we'll continue on, continue forward. One of the places, I think Wat Pho has the big giant sleeping Buddha, and I just want to give you a scale at actually how big it is, because it is massive. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's so big that 24 millimeters just isn't really enough to capture it. So at 24 I can get a lot, but I just can't get the entirety of it, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's impressive just to see exactly the size and the scale of this thing. It's really, really huge. All right, now it's time to take a little break and eat some mangoes and That's just that way. And also got some durian right here. So for those of you who don't know durian, there's a little bit of a stinky fruit, kind of has like the smell of socks, something like that. But sometimes some of them taste okay. Anyways, also one of the other things too about the A6000 in particular is that it's 11 frames per second mode, so that's actually really good for capturing jump shot. You know, get the shutter speeds up pretty high, you know, 1500, 2000s maybe, get some real crisp, clear jump shots, and you'll be able to really get an exact frame, and for the most part you'll be able to do it on your first shot too as well. So it'll only take one attempt, it won't take a whole lot. Again, like I said, we're in the blazing sun out here in Bangkok, Thailand. It is hot, and so far the camera has been working pretty admirably. I haven't had many problems with it except for that unable to magnify it. But the camera itself is working fine. No overheating issues, anything like that. And again, the 11 frames per second is really handy, especially if you're trying to get that one great frame. If you're going for some sort of action shot, it works out really good. And now on a motorbike heading out to the Taoshan Road, the night market. Got this. Right, we made it safely off of the bike, and now we're over here at one of the night markets. I forget what it's called. We were looking to do the sunset shoot, but as you can see, the sunset's just not coming out like it should be. So we're going to be over here for a while doing some stuff. Over here, you do have to worry about pickpockets and people trying to take your stuff, but I kind of have this set up to where it's going to be really hard to steal anything and they won't bother trying. Even though we're at the bar, we're sitting down, we're enjoying drinks, it doesn't matter because the photography never stops. Okay, so it started raining. I saw a group of girls dancing out in the street, so I decided to go take some pictures of them. The A6000 got soaked, but I handled it like a champ. I got the picture I needed, used the 11 frames per second burst just to get the right one. It came out great. You get to adapt and to get the situation the way you want it to, especially when doing travel photography. There's pretty much an opportunity at any corner, at any time, and things will pop up. So you gotta get yourself mentally ready to be able to quickly adapt to whatever pops up and get the shot. And I got a couple of nice ones. All right, so one of the other cool things about Thailand is you get to ride around in tuk-tuks. So it's basically like a party on wheels until you get to wherever your destination is. So you can see another tuk-tuk kind of passing by. That one seems to be hauling garbage. So I took a couple of shots off of this one. It's not really so easy because it's dark now, so I don't have the luxury of using fast shutter speeds to capture the action. So the best thing I'm going to do is really drop the shutter speeds and see if I can capture the action outside while keeping the inside over here, you know, fairly sharp. I got a couple of pictures that I've been able to do so. It's really cool. And like I said, you know, we can. One of the cool things about Thailand is using this kind of transportation because it becomes like 10 times funner. Heading back to the hotel, it's been a long day 2. Looking forward to day 3 tomorrow, going to Ayutthaya, which is the old capital of Thailand. A little bit more traditional out there. Okay, this is day 3. Day 3, we're going to the ancient city of Ayutthaya. It's kind of a trek out there, and it's getting a little bit late, but it's okay because I really want to go there. For today's plan, I'm not taking any lights. I got 2 batteries. I got exactly 2 batteries to use, so I can't really waste too much. And we're gonna go take some real scenic shots of the ruin. We're getting started right now. We're here. I'm currently in the city. I'm waiting to go to the BTS SkyTrain, which will take me over to a bus station. Then the bus station will take about an hour to the Ayutthaya old capital, and then from there we'll continue on. This held up like a champ from last night's rain, A6000, 60 to 70 f4 Zeiss. And again, for the most part, I haven't had to use any more lenses. And so let's see what happens. All right, now I'm here at Mochi bus station. And the protocol for this is basically, you're going to be taking a minibus, which is really cheap. It's only like, I think it was 60 baht. But you have to wait until the bus fills up, or it's either the bus fills up for like 30 minutes, something like that. And then once that happens, then the bus takes off. And it's about an hour ride over to Ayutthaya. But now on this really cramped bus, if I stand up, my head hits the top. And also, as you can see, I don't have any room whatsoever to move. I got the camera ready, got 2 fresh batteries. So far I went through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went through about 6 batteries for both days, which it's a lot, you know, it really is. I think I brought 8 fully charged ones, and I went through about 6, so I have 2 left, and I was able to charge 2 up yesterday. I was able to charge 2 up yesterday, so that I'm, you know, back to at least halfway there. I do have the 128 gig SanDisk memory card in there. It might be reaching its limit soon because I have a whole lot of pictures, other pictures on there too as well. So I did bring a spare 64 gig just in case. So that's one thing to be wary about when you're doing, especially travel photography, is make sure you have a couple extra memory cards just in case you run out. Because you'll be getting some good pictures, and all of a sudden, memory card full, and you'll be stuck. And you don't want to be going back through them and having to delete pictures and call them and all that. It's just a waste of time, waste of battery, a waste of everything. It's easier just to switch the card out, put a brand new one in, and then keep going from there, keep shooting. So, like I said, you know, this is right now it's actually fairly quiet. Most of the time it's been super loud, but now it's quiet, so I can hopefully speak in a little bit lower voice and not annoy everybody quite so much. Also, one of the things that's a little bit tough about this, especially when doing travel photography, is like today I'm a one-man band, and it's good and bad. The good thing for me, I'll start off with the good thing, is the fact that now I'm able to take the time that I need to take to go to the places that I want to go see and to take the photos I want to take. So when you're traveling with a group of people, it's not so easy because there are times when you know, you have to balance what everybody wants and what the whole group is going to do. So sometimes you might be able, or you might not be able to get a shot that you wanted to do. That might take a little bit of time to set up just because it's a little bit too much. But when you're on your own, you can do that. But again, the problem is though, is that, well, you might need somebody to help you take up specific shots. So the plan is right now is I'm going to get a tuk-tuk driver. So I'm going to pay him pretty generous, and we're going to go around for the whole day pretty much. And I'm going to have him be a photographer. So I'm going to do my best to teach him to get some good shots. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I hope they come out okay. That's a little bit of a crapshoot. It's not something that I can really control, but it's something I'm going to try and do. So, but again, I have more freedom to do what I want to do, and the pictures that I want to get that don't really require me being in them. I will be able to get some amazing ones, and I will get some amazing ones. You know, no doubt about it. But it just takes a little bit of patience, perseverance, all that too as well. And again, I think I lucked out with the weather. You can't really tell from right here because the metering is blowing out the highlights. But it's not that bad right now. It's kind of cloudy and overcast, so I think it should be it's the right weather for heading out there to those older temples and checking out all the cool sights and sounds. So stuck on this bus for an hour. Wish me luck, because I am stuck, and I wasn't even meaning for that to rhyme. It just came out. So also another tip that you can do is use the downtime to clean your equipment off. The camera got quite wet and full of like sweat, grease, oil, dirt, whatever. And I hadn't really had haven't properly had a chance to clean it off too. So now, this long bus ride, I'm gonna sit down, wipe it all off, get the body all sorted away, and then we're gonna get the lens nice and clean too as well. So by the time I get there, nice and fresh, and won't have to worry about anything. Alright guys, I'm here outside of Wat, Lokaya, Island, and otherwise known as Sagat stage from Street Fighter 2. So you can see it is the giant sleeping Buddha from over here. And let me tell you, it's every bit as grand as what you would see in the game itself. All right, guys, I'm here with Mr. Boyop. We just finished taking some photos of the sleeping Buddha and doing a couple of tiger uppercuts in the process. This gentleman is also a photographer. He shoots with his Nikon D5200 and helps all the tourists over here. I'm using the trusty Sony A6000 with the 1670 Zeiss. We got a whole lot more to do, but just wanted to show you this cool little photo shoot that I did with my man right here, and we'll finish up and show you some more.
Thailand. Tiger uppercut.
This camera is durable. One thing I want to tell you about this is for travel purposes, the A6000, this one itself, this is a camera that you can use and abuse and not worry about it if something happens to it. But hopefully nothing will. I got this rain on, I got this super hot, and the camera itself is all good to go. So I'm going to end this right here. I just hope I gave you a little bit of instance of what you can expect and how this camera is going to perform. It performs great. There's a few flaws that were ironed out in the later revisions, but really this camera is so cheap. Feel free to use it as much as you want, wherever you want, and you're not going to worry if something happens to you. So guys, this was a little review of the Sony A6000 for travel photography with the 16-70 f4 Zeiss mainly and a couple of the 51.8. So I will catch you guys for the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Enjoy some more of the pictures that I took, and I will talk to you guys later.